Any questions you guys? See, odds was
An
autumn.
hour, depending on
Whoa.
how.
Whoa, unnecessary. Didn't need that to happen. Okay,
I don't know what I just did.
making myself echo.
Hi, girl.
Buddy, buddy.
I love bugs.
You are being recorded. Okay.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready if you're ready. Welcome to talking about incentive trips. Where's my page? There it is. All right. If you somewhere I printed out the thing so I could like put it in your face, and now I don't know where I put it. It's not in my things.
Okay, well, you look for that, and I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, Amber's gonna go first. That's my introduction. Kill it, Amber.
So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Amber Charette. I'm a director at Scentsy. Been doing this I celebrated my 3-year anniversary on August 1st. So I still consider myself pretty new. I know that sounds crazy, but I do. And incentive trips happen every fall, winter. We have an opportunity to earn an incentive trip. And now Dawn's going to go into more about like the points and how Scentsy calculates what you can earn, how you get there, blah, 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 blah. What I'm here to tell you is that it does not matter what level you are at right now. It doesn't matter if you just started your business today. It does not matter if you've been here for 10 years. This incentive trip period is something you can earn no matter what level you are. And you get points just like I do. So we all basically start at 0. So nobody's running into this with all of these points, on their back. Like we all have to earn points the way that Dawn's going to explain. And so why do we want to do that? Why do we want to earn these incentive trips? Well, first of all, it's a free vacation. And Scentsy pretty much spoils the crap out of you. And the first incentive trip that I got to go on was obviously the one I just got done with for Alaska. So that was an 8-day, 7-night cruise throughout Alaska. We went to 3 different places in Alaska. And then we also went to British Columbia and Canada. And I earned I guess it's the top tier where you get to they pay for you and you get to bring somebody. So I got to bring my best friend on the trip. And did we spend money? Yeah, we spent some money, like our bougie selves flew first class, and like we got the drink package on the boat, because one thing you will learn about Scentsy is anything that they do, any event that they have, they do not have alcohol involved.
Unless it's an all-inclusive resort.
Unless it's an all-inclusive resort, you are correct. So we bought the drink package and everything and souvenirs and whatever. So, but why do you want to earn it? Because it's free and you get to go on a trip with like all of us. And one thing that I was missing, on this trip, even though you saw the pictures and you saw all the fun stuff, one thing that I was missing on this trip was you, all of you on my team. And I know that all of you have the potential to earn this trip. And in my opinion, just looking at the way the points are laid out, Scentsy is making it super feasible for all of you to earn this trip and go on it, so that way Amber isn't lonely. So the trips are awesome. They pay for everything. They let you enjoy it as a vacation. They spoil you. They do room drops every single night, which if you were looking at my social media, you saw all the room drops. They don't really spare any expense. They are not getting you the cheap stuff. They're getting you stuff that costs the money. Everybody at home office is super friendly, very real and down to earth. willing to take pictures with you, willing to have conversations with you, ask you about your kids, remember conversations that you had when you were in, like when I went to Mexico, I had a conversation with Anna, is it Ann or Anna, Dan's wife? But I had a conversation with her poolside. And when we were in Alaska, I brought up, because we were talking about our kids. And when we were in Alaska, I was talking about Dominic and how he was at home, like cleaning and being responsible and stuff. And she's like, I remember talking to you in Mexico, and we had this conversation about how your son's so responsible and mine's not. But anyway, so they remember you, they take the time to get to know you. And I think that's amazing when the top people of your company like care enough to get to know you. So all of that is awesome and amazing. And you deserve to earn this trip. You deserve to spoil yourself. You deserve to reap the benefits of hard work. And there really is no trip like a Scentsy trip. The spirit's there. It's just different. And who doesn't want a free trip? Who does not want a free trip that you can earn? So that's my plug of why you want to work to earn this, because it's going to be the time of your life. You're going to have so much fun. I plan on being there, and I really hope that you, after hearing all this, are making plans to be there too. That's the whole point of this meeting. So, Dawn, take it away.
I muted myself because I was chomping on food. But yes, everything Amber said. I've earned a couple. I spent many years. I'm 10.5 years into Scentsy life, but I spent a lot of that time as a hobby person, really just buying for myself before I decided to make it a business. And so I spent many years convincing myself that even as a hobby person, trips weren't for me. And I carried that mindset a couple years into even my transition into making it a business. And I'm telling you, anyone can earn these trips. I've seen it. There is literally certified consultants all the way through. If you want to earn SFR anyways, if you want to earn the travel trips, you do have to build a team, but you don't have to build a huge team necessarily. The points are very easy, and I'll explain that in a moment. But like, you want to get on a trip. Nothing will convince you how much like Scentsy is like obsessed with us than the way they spoil us on a trip. And so they are for everybody. They are for anyone. And I've seen people come in 1-2 months before a trip earning period is over and still earn trips. So like, to say that you can't earn it or it's not for you is a mindset problem, and that's a you problem, and that can be fixed. And so don't come in. If you come in and say you can't earn it, you're right. But if you come in and say you can earn it, you're also right. But you control that, and you control how you make your points, and you control the outcome of you actually doing it, because no one can work your business for you. So I'm going to touch on the point system. And so this is in your workstation. There's an incentive tab. I'm going to share my screen and pull it up so we can like talk about it together. Yep, I do want to do that. All right. So pulling that up, pulling you off to the side so I can see it. All right, so incentive tab looks like this when you go to it. There's an overview. This specific incentive is actually kind of similar to the very first incentive trip that was offered when I joined in 2012, which is kind of funny. So there's trip options. And so there's an option of a cruise, Caribbean cruise. There's an option of Quebec, Canada. There's an option of New York City and Los Cabos, Mexico. The higher points you get, the more likely you are to get the location that you want to go on, because top points earners pick first. That's the points earning pick. But if you don't want to sponsor anybody, you can still earn Scentsy Family Reunion. 18,000 points, Scentsy Family Reunion registration, which is like $350. So like that's still like a pretty big deal for most people to have that covered. So if you're not into growing a team, you should be, but if you're not, you can still earn this incentive. And then earning a trip for one, so just for you, and that'll include everything. That includes whatever trip you pick, your transportation there. They give you some spending money to cover your fees. It covers some of your food when you're there, any activity Scentsy puts on. If they do a Broadway show in New York City, like Scentsy will cover that expense. And I think like Amber will talk about, like mentioned, like stuff on their cruise, like they had excursions that was covered by Scentsy. When I went to Cancun, we got to pick an excursion. We went zip lining through the Mexico jungle, and that was covered by Scentsy. So like they cover those kinds of things. Like there's things included in your trip. And if you earn, whatever they include in the trip is covered. Yes, obviously you can upgrade things and souvenirs and stuff like that are out of your pocket, but like the majority of your trip is covered by your earning. And this includes 1250 in sponsoring points, and I'll explain what sponsoring points means in a moment. But I'll tell you that 1250 is like 2 people being sponsored and certifying. Okay, so like this is not crazy insane. And then earning a trip for 2 is 45,000 points. And it includes 2,500 sponsoring points, which is like 3 people promoting to certified. So not super, super crazy. Just for comparison's sake, the points were pretty close to this last year for Alaska, if not identical. But the recruiting points, the sponsoring points for 2, I know were 8,000 or 8,500. So like just in comparison, people earned, like Amber earned for 2 last year, which would have been like 9 people joining and promoting to certified. So just an FYI, they intentionally this year are trying to get a ton of people to earn these trips. They brought the sponsoring way, way down. So the second tab will be tracking your progress, and your points get updated each day at the like overnight. So, but it'll show you how things are in here. There's consistency, paid at rank, which I'll explain, and sponsoring. How to earn is really the breakdown. And this is the page you're going to use to decide how you get to your 25,000 or 45,000 points. So PRV, your sales, you get for every 1 PRV, you get 1 point. Super, super easy. 1 PRV, 1 point. I'm going to tell you right now, no matter what, your minimum PRV goal is 1,000 because there's a consistency bonus for that. I'm also going to tell you that realistically, if you want to go on one of these trips, your minimum is 2,000 or more, because realistically, unless you want to be a crazy recruiter, which more power to you, you've got to make up points somewhere. So set your sights on PRV high, get a little uncomfortable. Uncomfortable things cause you to grow. Set goals beyond what you have ever done or think you can do, because you won't hit them unless you shoot for them. So 1 point for every $1, 1 PRV. And then World Tour, all of you guys are going to put this 500 down because you're all going to go to World Tour in the spring in person and get this 500 extra points, because that's like the easiest 500 points they've ever given us in an incentive period. So show up to World Tour. It's 1 afternoon and you get 500 points. Super awesome. Fill that spot in. If you get 1,000 or more PRV 5 out of the 6 months, so this runs August through January. So if you get 1,000 or more PRV in 5 of the 6 months, you get an additional 2,500 points. Hence why I said you're not going to get under 1,000 PRV, because you want that 2,500 points. Because again, a very easy 2,500 points for doing that. And then there are personal promotions. So if you promote to any of these for the first time, so if you re-promote into a position, it doesn't count. But if you promote into a position for the first time, you will get these promotion points. And yes, if you double promote or triple promote, you get the points for each level you promote to. So this is why I say some people come in on fire and like they promote, obviously certified is going to be your easiest there because once you hit 1,000 PRV, you hit certified forever. But they'll start adding people to their team and they'll hit lead, star, superstar, and all of a sudden, like they've got like what, 500, 600, 700, 500 points right there, just because they came in and were on fire and building their business. So don't underestimate promotions. This is a pretty big deal. If you can't get promotions, that's okay. You're just going to make up that somewhere else. Activity point bonus, activity bonus. This is paid at rank. So you have a title, whatever your title is, certified, lead, star, superstar, director. You have a title. But if you don't hit the requirements in the compensation plan to get paid at that title, paid at rank is what you get paid at that specific month. So if you are a superstar consultant, but you don't get paid at superstar consultant, you get paid at star, you'll get 300 points that month, not 500 points. Does that make sense? Thumbs up. And then, but if you get paid at your title, you get paid at that. Christina, unmute yourself, boo. I'll answer your question. I see your hand.
Yeah, so I'm a newbie. I just
Yep.
started in March and I'm currently a lead consultant.
Mhm.
And I'm just not understanding because maybe I haven't read all of my dashboard. So in order for me to continue to be paid at a lead consultant,
Mhm.
I need to have at least 500 PRV
Correct?
and my one girl active, right?
Correct. And you combined need to have 1,000 team wholesale volume.
Okay,
So, and team wholesale volume is equal to 75% of your combined PRV. And on your workstation, when you log in, you'll see your PRV, your TWV to get to 1,000, and then your active frontline. So you'll see all of those in the front. So you have to have those three things combined to get paid at lead.
Since you just promoted to lead, I don't know if it's showing up yet.
It won't until the 10th then,
Right. So on the 10th, it'll make more sense.
or the 9th if we get paid on the 9th this month. I
Yeah.
don't know what the days
But
look like.
basically, what you just had to do to get to lead, those numbers that you just had, you're going to have to do that every month in order to get that lead 100 points per month.
Okay.
But don't
mean-
you have two? Don't you have two girls?
I do.
Okay.
And they both have to get to work.
So if only one of them is active, you only have to have one of the two active technically, but all three of your PRV will go into your TWV.
Yes.
And again, TWV is 75% of your PRV total. So
All right.
10,000 is technically 1,334 PRV.
All right.
Fine,
She's
all
running
three
on
of
2
you.
hours of sleep.
Yeah, I've had 2 hours of sleep.
Take your PRV, multiply it by 0.75. You'll have your TWV. So, but yes,
Thank you.
you're very welcome. And then the things with stars are going to be your sponsoring points. So these are the things that'll count towards your 1,250 or your 2,500. So these three things. One, if you have people on your front line who have not promoted to certified yet, who joined before August 1st, if they promote to certified before the end of the period, you'll get 250 points for them. If they promote beyond that, you're going to still get promotion points for them beyond that, which is down here. But promoting to certified, you'll get 250 because they joined prior to, they have probably prior PRV, hence why that's a lesser number. Usually they're closer to that moment. And then for every frontline that you sponsor from August 1st through January 31st, and they promote to certified during that time, you get 1,000 points for them, each one. Okay. And then if you have frontline who promote beyond that, so if you have frontline who promote to lead, to star, to superstar, to director or beyond, well, not beyond, it's only to director, but they can promote beyond, but you won't get points for it. You'll get 1,000 points for each of their promotions. So again, if you have somebody come on who promotes certified, lead, star, let's say they get to star, you're going to get 1,000 points at certified, lead, and star, just like they do. Like just how they get promotion points, you'll get 1,000 points for each of their promotions for help leading them through that. So one person could be more than 1,000 points if they're feeling really rock star. if they're really feeling it. So those 3 things will be your sponsoring points. Everything else will be just figured into the rest of your points. There are FAQs in here. I would suggest reading them just so you know some of those things. I'm not going to go through all of them. That's a lot. If you've read them already and you have questions, feel free to ask us. We will be glad to answer. But overall, the point system, pretty simple. It was under my notebook. I was looking
I
at
just want to do one clarifying thing because there are some really, really new people. So you're talking about frontline.
Frontline only.
Frontline are the people that you personally sponsor.
Yes.
So it only matters. All of it matters.
All of it matters.
The points are only accumulated if your frontline, the people you personally sponsor, get promotions. Okay. So like, let's just say in Christina's case, she has 2 ladies on her frontline. If her frontline sponsor somebody, those are her now downline members. So even though those downline members can promote, unless that makes her frontline get promotions, she won't get points for the downlines promoting.
And that right there, the way you worded that, that's exactly why.
Yeah.
Because it would be like a ripple effect all the way up if they did it that way. And it would be chaos. So like the goal would be like, if I had sponsored Amber, I help her grow her business to certified. She adds somebody to her team. She promotes to lead. She gets that 1,500 for the 1,000 for certified. I get 1,000 for her promoting to certified. She gets the 1,500 for lead. I get 1,000 for her promoting to lead. And she will get 1,000 from her new frontline promoting to certified. So like there is a trickle effect there. It's just not you both get off of everybody underneath you.
Right.
So it's just your immediate frontline. Immediate people you sponsor.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry,
That's
but
why we're here.
I was interrupted, so I didn't hear what the question was.
Oh, we were talking about the difference between frontline and downline. So just that your points for sponsoring are just on your frontline, which is the people you immediately sponsor.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So just clarifying in case people were confused and like you had somebody 2 or 3 below you who promoted and you're like, where's my points? That doesn't affect you. Right. Only your immediate people you promote affect you.
Yeah, I get that. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Sorry.
It was a solid clarification, and it was a solid clarification for you to ask. So if you need to have your workstation open so you can see all this, do you want me to leave this up? Is it helpful if I leave this up? Because I can while you guys work. Because we don't really have anything crazy planned for you guys, except that we're creating your plans. And whether you want to do it on here or you're like me and you want to like write it out so you can scribble and rewrite and do things and then transfer it to here, because I can't handle this looking messy and I don't want to print it 500 times. Like, you can do that too. But what you want to do is decide which level you want to earn and then start making a plan. How much PRV are you going to do each month? Write in that consistency bonus, write in your world tour in person, write in any people that you still have to certify from before August 1st, write in your paid at rank amounts for each month, and any, maybe if you have current frontline, if you think that they're going to promote, write that down. And then what do your points look like? How many new people do you need then to fill in the gap?
So for example, this is going to be so backwards,
I'm ready for it.
but I put on mine, these are the people who, this is just my, like, what I think is going to happen. It's like my theory, I suppose. So I got all of the people on here. I've got people who that are going to promote to certified. I have people under them who I believe will promote to lead. And then I have someone on here who I believe will promote to star, no problem. So I calculated all those points. To me, those are, honestly, I feel like given points because that's how much I believe in those people. And that's not to say I don't believe in other people, but I'm just saying those are the people I've talked to who have these goals, okay, that are going to hit those things. And so then I did my personal like PRV, what I think I'm going to hit just based on what I've done over the last 3 years. This is going to look different for you.
Mhm.
This isn't necessarily, you're not necessarily going to have a goal of 6,000 PRV in September, right? But that's what I know that I'm capable of. And so I feel like I'm going to have to really push to get that, honestly. But that's my goal. If I don't hit that, then whatever, I'll write down my actual whatever I get. But I intend on getting paid at title every single month because my team is rock stars. So I'm always going to get those points. And then I'll get my consistency bonus. And then I calculated so I did all that and I was like, okay, well, that's only 40,000 points. So where can I get 5,000 more points to hit level 2 if I wanted to, right? Well, I wrote down here, new frontline. They don't have names yet, but I'm going to sponsor 5 new people and they're all going to get certified. So that's my tentative plan. And I'm hoping that all of you by the end of tonight will have printed this and will have a tentative plan either today or tomorrow. Because after you make your tentative plan, the question is, okay, now how am I going to do that? And that's basically where you have to come up with your action game plan, where you're at, how you're going to help people get promoted. If you don't have anybody sponsored, how are you going to find those people? If you really truly don't know how, like I have things that I do that have worked for me, that does not necessarily mean they will work for you. I'm sure Dawn has some tips and tricks on that kind of stuff too. But bottom line, we can't make anybody do anything. We're only responsible for ourselves, right?
It just makes me want to sing.
So
I can't make you love me. I wanted to break into song just for a moment.
So anyways, you've seen what I've gotten down, and honestly, Dawn and I aren't here
too, because
Yeah.
this is underneath the qualifications. Scentsy made some like plans for certified lead star, superstar as your starting titles and what that looks like. So if you want references, and these are to earn for 1. So obviously if you want to earn for 2, you got to go above and beyond this, but just so you can kind of see where they were going with things. And notice Scentsy didn't F around and find out either. They put 2,000 PRV for every month because honestly, that should be your goal if you're working towards trips and building a team. It's a payday. 2,000 PRV is $600 before any additional bonuses.
Yep.
So 2,000 PRV. So they did that. That gives everybody all levels here, the consistency bonus. They did sponsoring 4 consultants each. So if that, and getting them to certified. Different levels here for sponsoring leads and sponsoring stars, paid at rank. And they even had paid at rank based on their personal promotion. So some months are at one rank and some are at another. And all of these, you will notice, have much more sponsoring points than the base, because I guarantee that if you're doing this, you're going to have way more than that base sponsoring points. But you definitely have to do that during the trip. And then it gets above. If you're starting titles director and above, there's options for that as well. But you definitely, all of them, everybody does the same stuff. Consistency in PRV, consistency in recruiting, showing up and doing the work. Nobody earns this any different for any level. Sorry, not sorry. Everybody starts at 0 and we all learn it the same way. So, and I will say, there's something else I was going to say. I lost it. Did you have something else? I feel like you were about to say something too. It's going to come back to my brain.
I got a question.
Yes.
Hey, so the sponsoring. So sponsoring, can that be previous consultants that were like under someone else that came back?
Reinstatements do not count. They will count if
Reinstatements do not count.
they will count if they promote beyond their current title.
Right.
So if you have a reinstatement and then they promote, and if they've never promoted to that title before. So like I have someone in my front line who came back, they're certified again because that's where they dropped them to.
Okay.
They don't have a team. They've already been lead before. I know they've been lead before. So for me to earn points on them, they would have to get to star. So it's the first time they hit that title.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I just wanted to make sure anything. Yeah, I wanted to make sure, see if anything counted. Okay.
So they definitely can still help. Reinstatements don't hurt. It's just they're looked at a little differently. So that way we can't, otherwise what would happen would be that people would, because once you drop off and leave Scentsy, you're automatically back to certified consultant no matter what. So what would end up happening was that people would leave and then come back just to help people learn the trip. Because they would leave and like come back and promote just to keep getting, that kind of thing, which would,
Gotcha.
completely defeat the purpose of things like this. So,
Well, not everyone comes back as certified.
No, they don't.
Only if they were certified.
if
when
they were
left.
certified before, yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
I
I
mean,
will
like,
tell,
in the sense of like, if you leave, like you can't, like if you left as a lead or a star or superstar, you don't come back at that. Like, if you weren't certified before, yes. You will, then they would count for the 250 points.
and the way that you can figure that out, Christina, is if you go to your reporting. Can't we figure out someone's lifetime PRB or no?
It says EC after her name, after tab, so I know she's still essential.
Did she come back last month?
Yes.
Wait until the 9th or 10th.
Right,
And it
that's what I was
updates.
gonna say.
But if you go,
She hasn't, mine already says LC on mine. Hit last month.
it's different for reinstates, but if you go into your my performance and like where your downline reports are, There's one there that is essential to certified that is built in, like Scentsy makes it and it's built in there. And that one will tell their lifetime her lifetime PRV. So you'll know exactly where she left at.
What? Who is it, Christina?
Tabitha.
Yeah, she's not hit certified yet. So
Yeah, I didn't think so.
she's well on her way, but yeah.
Mhm.
That's the part about sponsoring. How do we do that? You ask people to join your team.
It's so true. You just ask people to join your team. It is so true.
Is that too simple? Do you want more, Marissa? I'm gonna make you unmute yourself to talk, since so many of you don't have your faces.
Yes. Talk to us.
Marissa, with your bad self. She's like, I'm not doing it. She's calling me out. Literally, sponsoring is asking people to join your team. That's it. We don't work in a doctor's office. We are not brain surgeons. We are not rocket scientists. We sell wax and warmers and other smelly good things. Don't overthink it. Who do you know? Who would you know who would be good at this? What customers do you have that already buy a ton? Who do they know?
So
And ask them to join.
place
That's
to
what it is.
start, and Marissa already knows this because she did the boss up training.
Pick you.
The place to start is every catalog season. Sorry, there was a fly that needed killing. Every catalog season, I make a list of 25 people. There's been suggestions of making 100 lists. That's too much. I make a list of 25 people. It could be people who have Scentsy clubs. It could be people who have bought from me in the last 6 months. It could be people who are always commenting on my social media. It could be the person I work with that I think could be a really awesome salesperson. It could be my family member. It could be the one girl that I met one time at Applebee's and she was my server. Like, it can literally be anybody. I make a list of 25 people and then I make a conscious effort over the next 4 to 6 months to make contact with those people. And I don't put too much stress on myself about it. I can't have a casual conversation. Sometimes they message me about a product and then I'll just make a statement like, you seem to really like our counter clean. Have you ever thought about like joining for a discount since you buy 6 bottles every 2 months or something like that, whatever. And a lot of times people are going to say, oh no, you do a really great job at it. I'm fine just buying from you. And that's fine. Be like, you know what? That's cool. I get it. Like, I completely understand. And I'm perfectly happy with you staying my customer. But now you have planted a seed. And in another, month or so or 2 months, when they ask about buying the 6 bottles of counter clean again, you have that conversation again. Hey, I just want to let you know, we still have this joint opportunity. And, I know you told me no last time, whatever, but really trying to earn this thing. I mean, whatever, just be yourself. Honestly, just be yourself, have a conversation, be yourself, talk to them about what Scentsy can do for them. In that case, I would say, you could have put $50 back in your pocket at this point in time, but who am I? You can make it funny. You can joke about it. You can, I think the biggest problem that people have in joining this is they're afraid to say yes, and they just get in their own way. And they don't understand, like we get now, like we get a discount. We get paid when other people buy this amazing product. Like, it's literally just having conversations casually. You're not trying to convince them of anything. It's just like if you're trying to sell a bottle of counter clean. You're just talking to them about it casually and assuring them if they say no, it's totally fine. I'm happy to have you as my customer. But I always start with that list of 25. on my to-do list, and that is exactly what I will be doing in order to achieve this plan that I have on this piece of paper.
And I think like it goes back, and my team hears me say this all the time, and anybody who's watched any of my trainings, I say it all the time. Like, this is a relationship building business. This is a relationship building business. Don't view everyone who walks in your path as a dollar sign. Yes, we know anybody can do this business, anybody is potential. But the reality is people don't want to be seen as an object to your end goal, and that nothing in this business is about you. How can Scentsy benefit them? It benefits everybody differently. So how can it benefit them? How are you presenting it to them in a way that's attractive to them and not beneficial necessarily to you? Obviously it will benefit you, we all know that, but like, if you're selfish about it, that's hard on people.
Yeah.
But this is a relationship building business. How can you connect with them in a way where they understand your passion about this product, your passion about this company, and they are so excited about your passion for the product and the company, they can't do anything but decide to join you. And if you have a relationship with them, they're going to jump on board and be thrilled. And probably be more successful because they're not coming on because you pushed them to do it and they're sick of telling you no.
That's true. There are some people that I did a really, really, really good job convincing them to join, and then they did nothing.
Yeah.
And it's the people who I didn't like talk into who
sense of-
are
I
killing
think
it.
I said this, Marie, I think I said this on like our Zoom with you and me and Rayanne, was that guilt is real, but guilt is self-inflicted. But people will feel guilty because we talk to them about Scentsy so many times, or they've been buying from you for so long, or hosting parties for you for so long, that they'll just say yes because they feel guilt. Right? And so guilt in this industry is self-inflicted, whether it's a customer, a teammate, or yourself. We inflict that guilt on ourselves. Our business is our own. You can run your business however you want, but don't inflict that guilt on other people. They will join when they're ready, but build the relationship so that when they are ready, they come on and they're excited with you, not scared because of you.
I fear that I have a few of those.
It happens. It happens. And we get so excited because we love it so much. And like I said, like, we know the potential of this industry, and of Scentsy and of our product. Like, we know what's behind it and we already see it. And we're so excited about it that sometimes it's like we're like taking the where's a bar of wax? I have plenty. We're taking the bar of wax, like shoving it down their throat, like, come on, drink the Kool-Aid, you can do it. And by the time that they're like accepting, they're gagging on the wax because we've shoved it so far down their throat, they're just ready for you to pull it out. So they say yes. And then they're like, I'm not going to do anything with it. They've completely overwhelmed me and freaked me out. Like, don't let them get to that point. Get them to the excited point where they want to do it with you, not because of you. That's somehow I always end up in some weird Dawn pep talk moment, and apparently that was it tonight.
What to say? Words of wisdom from Dawn.
Marie knows. Somehow I always end up there. Something hits. So I wasn't joking. We're gonna let you go at 9. This is probably gonna take you longer than 15 minutes if you haven't started it yet. Your goal though is to have this done. I would say have it done by the end of the day tomorrow. At least have it done by the end of the weekend. Ooh, she's got hers. At least have it done by the end of the weekend, because guess what? By the end of this weekend, we're already a week into this. And that's not your fault. Scentsy didn't give it to us till the 1st, but you have to jump on top of it. There is no waiting for September to start doing this. there's consistency involved in this. Hence the consistency points. So you can't wait till September 1st to jump on this. I mean, you could, but it would be a lot more catching up to do. And like front load things always. Front load things always. Front load your PRV, front load your recruits, because some people take 5 months to get to certified, some people take 5 days. Everybody's different. So your plan you want to have done ASAP, ASAP. Where did this fall out of my notebook? Ooh, right there. So literally every time, I think once you go on a trip, you're like, I will not miss another trip. You like go like crazy mode. So like as soon as points get posted, like literally before I did anything else on the first, I was like, my points up. And I made my plan. Like that was the first thing I did. Because I was like, we gotta start today. We gotta start right now.
And I think it's good that we have stuff like this, because with the first 2 years that I was a consultant, like I think it was the first year I was a consultant, my sponsor posted at the time, the team thing, oh, Amber's only blah 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 points away from a cruise. And I'm like, huh? What are you talking about? There's a cruise? What? Like I had no clue what a Scentsy
Literally,
Incentive Trip was. No clue.
my upline disappeared after I joined. And like I said, the very first incentive trip, and I didn't even know what incentive trip was, but the very first incentive trip that I could earn, it was called Pick, Pack, Play. They had 5 locations. You got to pick from them. I didn't know what any of that meant. I didn't know what the earning period was. I didn't know how points worked. I knew nothing. And I later discovered that I was literally, without trying, because I was like, I don't know. I don't think I can even earn a trip. I don't know. And I didn't have anybody to tell me. And I ended up finding out later that I was only 500 points from earning that trip. But I had no idea because I like there was no incentive tab then. Everything was hand done. Like workstation did not look like this. Didn't have an upline to like point anything out. We didn't even know like what anything was or how. So
Yeah.
Yes, I'm glad we're talking about it because you guys can earn this.
I was going to say also, then the next year was the Disney. And again, I didn't have anybody explain anything to me. I didn't know anything about it. I saw the little rings, you know, like, and
Those are
I
nice
had
and filling up.
I had enough PRV to earn a trip for 4, but I didn't have any of the sponsoring points. And it's like, because I didn't have anybody explain or guide or whatever. So that's why I think this is important, because last year I attended a meeting somewhat like this, and they literally, they gave me a tool, something like this. I filled it out, and by God, I was like, I'm doing it this time. And it was hard. That was hard.
Yeah.
But I think just
that was by
making
far the hardest one we've ever had.
Yeah.
By far.
So just make your plan, and then every day or every whatever days you decide to work your business, consciously make choices to reach these goals. Because without it, you're going to find yourself in January needing 10,000 points, and you're going to be like, well, shit. So what Don is saying is like front loading, like talk about sponsoring all month long. Talk about joining your team all month long, like all the month of August, but just like talking about Scentsy and joining. Titan, get the heck out of here, man. I'm gonna rip this down.
Do you guys have any questions about incentive trips, how they work?
Yeah, because if not, we can just keep going on and on, but
I'm just gonna keep telling you, you have to go. You have to go. You have to earn it. You have to do it.
I really want people to earn it, that I am like,
Amber wants you to join her team. So
I have one more question.
yes.
Okay, so the sponsoring points and then the other points, like the 18,000, for instance. Sponsoring points, can those blend into the 18,000 and take part of that? Or is it just like
Yes.
sponsoring?
Yes, those sponsoring points are part of that total. So like it's 25,000, 1250 is sponsoring of that 25,000.
Right, but I'm saying like, say you have like 3,000 in sponsoring,
Then you
can
need
that take part of that
22,000 from somewhere
25?
else.
It can,
Mhm.
okay,
So at
Okay.
whatever, if you have 7,000 in sponsoring, that's 7,000 of the 25,000.
Right.
okay,
It's just
Cool.
that you only need the 1250 to have the sponsor circle filled.
So you could sell 18,000 PRV. Sorry, you could sell 25,000 PRV, but if 0 of those 25,000 are sponsoring points, you will not earn that level.
right.
SFR next year is in North Carolina. It's in Charlotte,
Yep, we're all going.
North Carolina.
We're all
North
going.
Carolina.
It's
No
only like a
excuses.
10-hour
Marissa, are you in
drive.
Indiana? Is Marissa in Indiana? It's
Yeah.
it's drivable
Yep.
if you're a Midwest.
I'll be there.
Or so was Utah for me. So World Tour. World Tour is like a 1-day convention. So it'll be in the spring. And it's January, end of January, beginning of February is usually when they host it. And it's in several cities all over the US and nationally too, but for us here in the US, several different cities. And it's usually on Saturdays. There'll be a couple that won't be, but usually they're on Saturdays, and it's like a 9 to 4, 9 to 5 kind of thing. It's just a 1-day thing, but they introduce the new catalog, have Scentsy trainings from home office and consultants. So it's like a 1-day event.
My question is, how are they going to give those points? You just have to sign up for it and then you get your points? Like, I don't understand how they're gonna, because it's over in January.
It makes me think that all the dates will be in January, but I don't know. So usually when they're in person, it's not over that many dates because they just divide up home office. So there's multiple locations on one date, and each location has different home office people. And so we'll see, but it's regardless of how they set up the dates and how that's going to work out. It is 1-day Scentsy event and product related, introducing spring summer catalog, and training. So
You don't think it'll be virtually?
I think they will probably offer a virtual option forever going forward, but you won't get points for this if you attend virtually, only in person.
Mm.
So, but I think they will probably offer a virtual option for events going forward. Now that they have the tools to do that, I think it'll be a continued thing. But if you just you won't get the bonus points if they offer bonus points if you don't attend in person. It is a cost. World Tour last year got canceled in person, but I think it was like $65. It's always under $100. I've never had it in my 10 years. It's never been over $100. When it's been closer to 100, we've gotten more free product. Last year it was like $50 or something like that. I'd have to go back and look, but we got like a couple bars.
I think it was like 57
So
or 53. He's right.
So there is a cost, but it's obviously significantly less. But it helps obviously cover whatever the location rental fees are and home office being there. And in-person ones, they usually bring some of the new products and display them. So you get to see new products in person and things like that. So.
What other questions do you guys have before we go? Anything?
Can you help
Oh
me
my
with my
God.
sheet?
Can you help me with my sheet?
I will privately.
Yeah.
Here's what I will say about planning. And I said this to Amber, so she will not be surprised by this, is that I encourage everybody to try to write out a plan for yourself first. At least have a general idea of like what you want to come from PRV and recruiting and promotions. Because
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
like kind of take that point system and try to like sort of come up with it yourself. Because ultimately, if you come to me and I help you, I will obviously talk you through it, but I'm gonna make you pick everything, because if I pick it for you, you're not bought in.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna want to work my plan for you anyways, probably, because it's probably gonna be way more intense than your plan is. Same with Amber. We're very intense humans when it comes to our businesses. So if you want to work a Dawn and Amber plan, put you on it, but you're gonna have to do a lot more probably than you already are. So
True story.
It's just that I'm at 22,250 and I can't figure out where I can get another. I mean, I could do it with the PRV for sure, but I just,
a couple more new people.
I already have six. I gotta get six.
Great, that's
And I gotta
awesome.
promote. Okay. I already
So,
got six.
so 6 and they're promoting. And what if you have a couple of those be rock stars and they also promote to lead?
So here's the thing. In last month, if let's just say
I have 10 new
hypothetically,
ones, just so you feel more comfortable. I have 10 written down, 10 new consultants.
Yeah, but you don't know me, Dawn, and I didn't even want to build a team.
You don't know me either.
I just wanted a damn discount on laundry stuff. I
Hey,
didn't
girl.
want to build a team.
Well,
And
we
the
didn't
next
have,
thing I
we
know,
didn't
I'm
have laundry
filling in
stuff when
circles.
when I joined. Laundry stuff didn't exist, but I could understand joining for laundry because it's the best. I just wanted a pile of wax that was ridiculous when I joined, and I stayed that way for 5.5 years. So I get it. I get
Yeah.
it.
That's all I wanted.
Yeah,
And
fun.
now look at me. I'm recruiting people and hosting and going to parties and doing shit I never thought I
She
ain't
ate
got
the
time for
wax.
this.
She ate the wax.
Shit, I ate the wax, swallowed it, and shit it out and eating new ones.
oh my God, I love you.
I ate the wax and drank the oil. Come on now.
Oh man. Drink oil. Amazing.
Christina, do you have 2,000 for PRV every month listed?
No, because in September,
There it is.
No, because in September, September, I'm not gonna do shit with Scentsy in September.
Yes, you
Gonna
are.
do
You're
at
only
least
going to be
1,000
gone.
PRV.
You're a lot of your PRV is going to come in the first week. Like if you are promoting the harvest collection and having parties, you will get more than half of like. I understand this is your first harvest collection and holiday collection drop. I get it, but we will have a plan. We'll make you successful. You are a person, you put your mind to it, you're going to do it. So you just need to convince yourself that you're going to do it, and then we'll figure it out.
You're gonna do it.
Yep.
Positive affirmations.
I have my 30th class reunion, September 16th and 17th, and
Yeah.
I am the planning committee. Used to be 3 of us, but now it's just me. And I'm kind of freaking out a little bit about that. And then I leave on the 21st.
Why you gotta be so popular?
Yeah, that sounds like a great opportunity to show off some Scentsy. That's what I
Girl, I
Scentsy-
already got the auction
Scentsy
basket
fragrance
put
flower
together.
centerpieces.
see. You got it.
I got the basket put together.
I love
We're
it.
going to add a couple more PRVs to September because you can do it.
A
I'm
couple
gonna need
more
another credit
PRVs.
card.
Change your PRV to whatever 1002, because she said you only need to add a couple.
Okay.
I gotta let my dogs in. It's raining.
Alrighty. I'm not gonna keep you guys any longer. She just yelled at her dogs and ran away. So But your
Looks
goal,
like me.
your goal is to get this filled out and send it to your
No,
director and sponsor by the end of the weekend.
Okay,
Deal?
gotcha.
Thumbs up. We're all there. We're there together. Oh, a double thumbs up. We got a double thumbs up. I like it. I like it,
I
Ashley.
miss everybody sending me their action plans. Is that what
Yep.
you said?
Yep, by the end of the weekend,
Perfect.
because we're all gonna go. Okay, now here's my final question, actually. Final question. Which trip are you gonna be on? Oh, Amber
don't
can't
know.
decide.
I don't know yet.
Okay, Amber can't decide. What
Well,
are your,
here's the thing.
what's your top
I've
two?
been to Cabo.
Yep.
Loved it. Loved it.
You did, you loved it.
Boats make me a little ill.
Yeah, you were a little sick on the boat.
So I'm torn because I have
Marissa's
not been
going.
on the cruise ship Wonder of the Seas, the biggest ship in the world.
It's huge.
But Cabo just seems so much more tranquil. And they have guacamole every day.
That's the one you love. I say go for the one you love. Marie, which trip are you doing?
Me?
I literally have both of those written down because I don't know which one.
Cabo or cruise?
Yep, those are written down.
Christina.
I want either Cabo or the concrete jungle.
Great jungle where dreams are made of. Crystal.
Haven't made up my mind yet, but I kind of think either the cruise or Cabo.
Cabo. Ashley.
Cabo.
Cabo. Ooh, Ashley was sure. Ashley was sure. She went in ready. Marissa. SFR. Oh, she said it. Marissa answered me in the thing. Marissa said SFR. Brandy said NYC. Marissa's changing her mind to all of them.
Yeah, all of the
Autumn.
above.
What's Autumn's? And Tara.
Cabo.
Cabo for Autumn.
Anywhere but here.
Tara says isn't an option. At least not on mine. Anywhere but here, Tara agrees with. Okay. Quebec is my number one. NYC is my number two. So we go into at least one Broadway show in NYC, and I will be there with bells on if I have to be there. But I've never been to Quebec, and French Quebec's like literally one of those places that I've like always wanted to go to. It's beautiful. It looks like Europe.
I've been in New York so many times.
I love New York though.
Me too,
I'll
but
just go
I've been there.
stand on the corner and eat street food.
That does sound fun. But I love being in my swimsuit in next to water in the sun with margaritas and guacamole.
We're gonna do that in January together, so it's gonna be great.
Where are we going? We don't know yet.
We'll find out in like 5 weeks.
Hey, all of you need to promote to director so you can go to leadership with us.
Yeah. All right, we're 4 minutes past time. Go make your plans. You can do it. I believe in you. Let's all earn this trip together. Go team go. High five. Believe in yourself. You're worthy. You're capable. I'm not hitting you in the head. I'm high-fiving. You're acting like I hit him in the forehead. I mean, unless you need the sense knocked into you, then that's for your forehead. Bye, guys.
Bye. Good night.